Well, I've only missed a few things this week. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. So yeah, I've been really busy the last week and I haven't been able to do one of these types of videos, but we have had a lot of news this week. And I think there will still be more to come. I'm expecting a road ahead very soon, so whether it's this week or next, I am very interested in reading that. So, just in the meantime, the big breaking news of the last week, if you like, was Mace Windu getting a rework. Yeah, this was much needed, as everyone knows. So, you know, Rambam, hey there. I did manage to watch the live stream where this was revealed, and that was rough on me, I'll be honest. That was like 4 AM. So, yeah, I just happened to be up, so I was like, go on, I'll tune in, see what the devs are saying, and they dropped this. So, it was pretty good for that. But yeah, I'll be honest, I have not really looked at the kit since. I've had a quick glance since just loading this up, but yeah, I'm still not sure what to do exactly with him. It obviously makes sense Galactic Republic, even a Jedi team. If you've got Starkiller's the possibility. But yeah, it's an interesting kit. So yeah, we'll just run through it quickly just for those of you who've maybe been living under a rock like I maybe have been. So yeah, basic. We're dealing special damage now instead of physical damage. I did catch that in the live stream. They wanted to try and kind of equalise it so it was all one type of damage. So yeah, deals special damage to target enemy and inflict ability block for 1 turn, so that's going to be very good in the Padme team. This attack deals bonus damage equal to 5% of Mace's max health, so this entire kit to me is screaming mod for health. If Mace is above 50% health, he gains 15% turn meter. I'm kind of glad that I actually did wait on doing this video because it was 50%. I kind of wish that they'd given us a week to play around with it at 50%. It would have been fun, but yeah, I kind of get it. It does seem a bit OP that. So yeah, we got 15 instead. So yeah, above 50% he gains 15% turn meter. If he's below 50% health, he recovers health equal to 100% of the damage dealt. So again, there's some fun stuff in that. I mean, especially if you're dealing bonus damage equal to 5% of Mace's max health, you're essentially going to recover that at least. So yeah, you're going to get stuff on top, so it could end up being like 10% of the max health, which is still pretty solid, because if you take a hit, which Mace will be, then yeah, you're going to be getting some good health recovery. Okay, so special smite, cooldown still 3 by the looks of it. Deals special damage to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them, so yeah, we are pretty much still the same there. If target enemy adds shatter point, stun them for 1 turn and remove 50% turn meter. Then Mace gains 50% turn meter. So again, I kind of get why they nerfed the basic, just for the fact that you've got a 50% turn meter removal on special, so if you could do them back to back with Sheen, maybe there'd be something messy there. So yeah, I do respect it. Again, it would have been cool to play around with it, but yeah, I get it. So yeah, stun them for 1 turn, remove 50% turn meter, then Mace gains 50% turn meter. So again, it's very interesting that, you know, he's going to be a tank. He's actually going to be more of a tank than he ever was. So you look at it and you think, alright, that is quite interesting as far as he will be quite fast naturally as well. You don't necessarily need him modding for speed, you just need him with health in his kit. Okay, so he's got a new special. This party's over. Deals special damage. Oh, hang on, it is a Zeta. Deals special damage to target enemy. Call other target ally to assist. If target enemy adds shatter point and target ally is Galactic Republic, swap turn meter with target ally. So a bit like the GIF shows. Mace does his attack. Padme is called to assist. If target enemy adds shatter point and the target ally is a Jedi, Mace gains 2 stacks of resilient defense up to a max of 8 for the rest of the encounter. Both Mace and target ally recover 30% protection. Now that seems to be a separate addendum. So regardless if it's Galactic Republic, if it's a Jedi, or if it's just some random character, they will recover 30% turn meter. So it seems like the covering bases there in case you want to use Mace in a Starkiller squad. So that is quite good. Okay, so leader. I think they've essentially said, yeah, we don't expect you to use Mace as a leader. They've pretty much kept it the same as before. They've given him max health, which is nice considering his kit. They've
added a bit of offense in there. Well, he had the offense anyway. Can you tell I didn't really use Mace lead before? Recover 10% of their 10% of the health whenever they score a critical hit. That's almost the same as before. So yeah, I don't really see take a seat doing anything other than taking a seat. So yeah, moving on. Unique Vapad, formerly Shatterpoint. So now it is a Zeta. It does say it was a Zeta, but it wasn't. Just in case anyone ever says that. So new text. Mace gains 30% max health. So again, doubles down on the idea mod for health. At the end of each turn, if another ally with protection was damaged by an attack that turn, Mace gains 3 stacks of resilient defense up to a max of 8 for the rest of the encounter, if he has not gained resilient defense this way since his last turn. So let's just double back a second. The new special, if a target ally is a Jedi, Mace gains 2 stacks. So the idea is, say... Sorry if I just blew your eardrums. Say, sorry, I made myself laugh there. Alright, say you've just taken damage as a Jedi, so say you were putting him in a Padme team, and Anakin has just taken a hit. If Anakin then takes a turn, Mace will be able to not only gain 3 stacks from his unique, but he'll also gain 2 stacks from Anakin taking a turn via Mace's special. Sorry, I got that in the wrong order. But 5 stacks are very quickly built up, so I like that. Okay, yeah, I got the turn order wrong there. It's Mace's turn, not Anakin's. Okay, so, again, I like it. While Mace has resilient defense, he has 10% offense per stack, so we really want to game up to 8, and 100% counter chance. Whenever Mace gains Taunt, he dispels it and gains 2 stacks of resilient defense. So again, if you were to put him in a Jedi Master Kenobi team, he would immediately gain 2 stacks of resilient defense. So again, pretty nice that. Resilient defense, enemies will target this unit, lose 1 stack when damaged by an attack. So it's something that is meant to build up fast, but it's also something that will go away very quickly. So I heard someone say it might actually have been at the bottom of this. Do you know if resilient defense can be dispelled or prevented? I would actually imagine it can be dispelled, but simply by attacking. You know, whenever you damage someone or damage Mace, he will lose a stack. So I don't think you can get rid of all the stacks, but I think an attack will dispel, essentially. So pretty simple that. I would actually be surprised though if you could get up to 8. I think if you could get up to 8 stacks, you would probably have to double taunt and have the AI be a bit thick and go for the one who's taunting rather than Mace here. But I do like it. I think there's a good argument to modding for health and offense with that offense boost on stacks, especially when you look at the next unique, Sense Weakness. A little bit curious why they came up with that one. You know, it's not really thematic, but hey ho. So Mace gains 30% offense. Again, that is a big jump. So, you know, say for argument's sake he's got 3,000 offense in his kit, special offense. I mean, that's going to be very low, but just supposing for a number. Then, yeah, he's going to get 900 extra. So I've lowballed that. So you think to yourself, if it's like 9,000 special offense, 10,000, he's going to be getting 3,000, not 3,000. Oh yeah, 3,000. Sorry, my maths really suck. But yeah, in general, it's great. I think offense, it just means when he's countering, if he's got more resilient defense, he's going to be hitting harder. So I like it. Anyway, at the start of Mace's turn, dispel stealth on all enemies and a random enemy, excluding raid bosses and galactic legends. They are inflicted with speed down for 1 turn and Shatterpoint, which cannot be evaded or resisted. So the stealth one I found interesting. That could be to try and counter some of these Darth Maul-led Darth Revan teams. It would be a little bit random, but that is something that springs to mind straight away because it's a team that naturally starts on the stealth. Another one could be Bounty Hunters with Aura lead. Maybe they're trying to just give something as an option for that. But both of those, really, they come to mind as Grand Arena teams. And this is a Territory Wars Omicron that he's been given. So maybe I'm just not seeing something. Maybe there will be something that comes down later in the line where there is stealth in the team, or a lot of stealth. So maybe it's just unique cases right now. They're saying, alright, you've got, say, a Geo Spy you won't get rid of. That'll get rid of the stealth. So we'll play that by ear for now. So Shatterpoint is dispelled at the end of each ally's turn. So that could be a little annoying if we're going to be honest. It might actually make an argument to put create a slow Padme build again. Just for the argument that if your Padme team's slow, they're going to have Shatterpoint on them for longer. Mace is going to be countering. So in theory, if Mace is countering, then he's going to be dealing more damage via the offense stacks of Resilient Defense, plus Shatterpoint will be sticking on enemies. So that might be a way of doing it. I just realised I'm talking a lot about Mace's kit here and we've got a lot of stuff to go through. So yeah, there is that. When an ally damages an enemy with Shatterpoint, all allies recover 10% protection. That's all allies, which I note, again, bringing in Starkiller. And all Galactic Republic Jedi allies gain Foresight for 1 turn. So again, that's given an option in the Qui-Gon Jinn team, because obviously Foresight boosts things there. So yeah, I forgot about Qui-Gon when I was going through the teams, but yeah, Qui-Gon's another one who's going to really benefit from Mace, especially, well, obviously in GA. So yeah, Shatterpoint, just to summarise that, when you receiving damage to spell Shatterpoint, but it reduces defense, max health and offense by 10% for the rest of the encounter. So yeah, that's going to be big for tanks, but also for weird tunes like Malak maybe. I mean, max health generally is low because protection is converted into max health, but I'm thinking maybe it could at least help with the defense and offense. I don't know, that's just a niche little instance I'm thinking of there, but generally it's going to be great against taking down tanks. Yeah, and enemies can ignore taunts or target this unit, so maybe not tanks, because obviously they'll taunt most of the time, but again, it's a good ability. Maybe I'm just not thinking of a good target there instinctively, but yeah, in general I love the idea that it can force a taunt somewhere. So, while in Territory Wars, the Omicron, at the start of each light side ally's turn, so again, that is really leading towards using a Jedi or a Galactic Republic team, but maybe there'll be something down the road where that is more relevant. A random enemy, excluding Galactic Legends, is inflicted with speed down for 1 turn, and Shatterpoint, which can't be evaded or resisted. So, as you saw, we did have that on the basic ability, if you like, or the basic unique. When an ally damages an enemy with Shatterpoint, all allies gain 5% turn meter. So essentially they've doubled the speed down and they're making it that you gain turn meter via Shatterpoint. So it's a bit interesting. I can't say I'd put an Omicron on Mace just for that. I mean, I'm due to take him to Rowlet very soon on my ult. I can't say I'll be putting an Omicron on him, but I think the rest of his kit has certainly made him more viable. I'm looking forward to trying him out. He won't be getting Zetas anytime soon. I mean, if we're going to be honest, he's gone from no Zetas to 3 very fast, and I'm saving 3 for Cat and 6 for Gen Master Kenobi. So he isn't getting his Zetas soon. But I will say I'm looking forward to using him and just seeing what he's like without them. And then if there's viability, you know, if we hear good news, I can just apply him after, because they don't look bad by any stretch. Alright, so we spent a lot talking about that, but we have also had, in the last 24 hours, the 7th Sister being released. Now, I don't know what to think about her. First of all, Healer. That was a bit of a left-wing announcement. I'm like, really? Did we need a healer? Healers aren't common in the game right now. We obviously got one a year ago or so with IG-11, but in general, they aren't that big a thing to get, just for the fact that most attacks hit protection, so healing is not usually something we look for. But yeah, I'm not going to go through the dev insights just for the fact that, again, it's going to be a bit bleh. But there was something that caught my eye. I found this one quite interesting at the bottom here. Are more characters that apply Purge via an area of effect ability coming to Galaxy of Heroes? Yes. So they did actually name check the other. Here we go. The Seventh Sister appeared alongside the 8th and 5th brothers in the 2nd season of Star Wars Rebels. So we've seen, well, if you haven't seen the Kenobi trailer, there is going to be something going on there. I won't name check what exactly, but yeah, I get the feeling there is going to be, at least with them name checking those 2 Inquisitors, I think one of those 2 will have the AoE, and I think it might line up a bit with that. So I think that's why she's come out now. They've essentially said, you know what, we better get our 7th Sister ready. So yeah, kit reveal. Give them credit, by the way, they do quite well with these little gifs, you know, just showing what they look like, the models and all that. So yeah, Inquisitorious Healer that helps her squad eliminate the Jedi. So yeah, let's start with the basic. Deal physical damage to target enemy, inflict offense down for 2 turns, and 1 stack of Purge, maximum of 6, until the end of the encounter if the target doesn't have any. These debuffs cannot be resisted if the enemy is a Jedi. Deal plus 5% more damage, increase to plus 10% if the enemy is Jedi for each stack of purge on an enemy. So, again, that's quite good. She's going to deal some decent damage. You know, I don't think she sounds OP via it, but, you know, for a healer, it's pretty good. Special, ID9 Electro Shock Prod. Deal physical damage to target enemy, dispel all buffs, and remove 60% turn meter. I like that, I think that is good, but then it goes up to 90% if target is Jedi. So, Jedi teams are notorious for having a lot of TM gains. I mean, they're showing in the GIF there, Plo Koon. Plo has got a lot of TM generation in his special. I mean, I've always used him for that purpose. So, say Plo uses his special, gives 50% turn meter to the team. Seven Sister can just go straight in there and say, you know what, I don't want you taking a turn, and just nullify a part of it. So, inflict 1 stack of Purge, max of 6 until the end of the encounter, and then inflict an additional stack of Purge for each buff dispelled this way. So that just screams at Grandmaster Yoda. I mean, this whole kit does, but that one ability does, just for the fact that Grandmaster Yoda alone can have about 10 buffs to me thoughts at any given time. So for each buff dispelled, she's going to inflict an additional stack of Purge. Yoda is going to suffer in this team. So, yeah, I mean, this is meant to be for the Territory Wars, it seems. Every Omicron so far for the Inquisitores has been a Territory Wars Omicron. So I think the devs are trying to say they noticed that there are a lot of Jedi teams in Territory Wars, and they're just trying to give people different ways of taking them out. So this is the biggest shout out you could ever have to Yoda, basically saying, you keep gaining buffs with that boy, we're going to strip him and make him hurt. So yeah, inflict ability block for 1 turn and daze for 2 turns on target enemy. So not only is he getting all that purge, he's also going to be ability block, so he can't try and get the special, but he also will be dazed. So when he uses his basic, he isn't gaining turn meter. Very rough. It can't be evaded or resisted as well to make it worse. I mean, the only thing that could have made that even worse is if it couldn't have been dispelled, if the ability block. But thankfully for Yoda, someone like Bastila can come in and clear it. Alright, so special, ID9 Enemy Intelligence. This is Zeta. So, consume 1 stack of Purge from each enemy. So again, with Yoda, he could gain a lot of Purge. So you look at it and you think, alright, 1 stack of Purge off each enemy isn't the worst thing. Target ally recovers 30% health and protection, plus 10% health and protection for each stack of Purge consumed. So yeah, just say each enemy's got 1 stack, 5 stacks, that's 50% on top of the 30%, so 80%. It's not a bad heal. It's health and protection, so a very good heal. All allies gain critical hit immunity for 2 turns, and Inquisitorious allies gain foresight for 2 turns, so it's like they're taking the mick out of Yoda, to be honest, basically saying, we're going to do what you do. All allies recover 10% health and protection and gain evasion up for 2 turns, so not just recovering health, but making them harder to hit. That reminds me of Bad Batch a little bit, which is pretty cool. If target ally is Inquisitorious, reduce this ability's cooldown by 1. So it's got a 4 turn cooldown, so yeah, if target ally who gets it is Inquisitor, or is an Inquisitor, it goes down to 3 straight away, which is pretty cool because it keeps it on a nice cycle. Okay, so a leader ability. Yes, again. It's a Zeta Omicron, again, Territory Wars. Emperor allies gain 16% evasion. I don't know where they plucked that number from. When Inquisitorious ally invades, they recover 5% health and protection and gain advantage for 2 turns. So, health and protection recovery is pretty nice, especially when you've got the evasion, you've got the foresight and the special. Advantage is a bit of a weird one. I'm not sure why they would put that there, unless it's just basically they want to try and give the team some damage because there's not a lot of it from the lead. Anyway, in Territory Wars, whenever a Jedi enemy gains foresight, so big shout out to Yoda and Hermit Yoda again, all Inquisitorious allies gain foresight for 2 turns at the end of each turn. Dispel all buffs on Jedi enemies who have foresight, so again that's a big shout out to the Yodas. Additionally, whenever an enemy gains a buff, Seven Sister has a 10% chance to inflict 1 stack of Purge, max 6, on that enemy until the end of encounter, increased to 20% if that enemy is a Jedi. So yeah, biggest shout out you could get to Yoda. So you look at it and you think a JKR team, they've already had a JKR leader, I believe, or an anti-Jedi JKR leader. I think it might have been the first one, Second Sister. But yeah, you look at this and you think, yeah, they're really trying to add another thing in there to make that team more counterable. I mean, no one ever used GMY lead, so you would assume it's basically if there is a team with Yoda in it. And this looks like a very solid counter, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, this could be one of those Omicrons that is useful for low-end guilds. You know, those who face a lot of JKR walls, a lot of even Bastila Jedi walls. You know, it won't really stop Bastila, but it will stop the damage dealer in that team. So I kind of like it, at least at the low end. Anyone who's in the top guild, I'd be surprised if they wanted it. I mean, to be honest, Territory War Omicrons are pretty useless right now. But in general, I think there's something to it. Anyway, unique, distraction, final text. Whenever another Inquisitorious ally uses an ability during their turn, Seven Sister assists, limits once per turn. If Seven Sister is in the leader slot, whenever Seven Sister assists another Inquisitorious ally, that ally recovers 5% health and gains offense up for 2 turns. So that's not bad, actually. While assisting, she inflicts debuffs based on the number of stacks of Purge on the target enemy, which can't be resisted if they're Jedi. So 1+ stack inflicts speed down for 2 turns. 3+ stacks inflict accuracy down for 2 turns. That's a big one in some ways. I mean, if this actually becomes popular, it could be that accuracy arrows have a place with that. I mean, I don't know, but could this be the revival of accuracy? Maybe I'm jumping the gun a bit. And then 5+ stacks inflict healing immunity for 1 turn. So what I would say about this, all of those debuffs can be dispelled. So I'm looking at a Jedi Knight Revan, just once first special, you know, the AoE special, boom, all cleansed. So it's not the worst thing, but still, it's going to make things interesting because you're going to have to make sure if you've got a Jedi team, well, to be honest, you're probably going to be using Inquisitorious against Jedi rather than taking in Jedi against Inquisitorious. So if it is the other way around, if they've got a cleanse like a JKR or a Barriss Zeta kind of thing, there may be an issue there. But in general, it's not bad. I think the unique has got some use. And yeah, it's definitely an anti-Yoda unique, well, anti-Yoda kit. So I'm curious how it plays out. I think this is the thing we're waiting for with these Inquisitors. We're just looking for the final picture because we're assuming they're going to be 5. It could be that there are 6. And I think we're just looking to see what the final picture will be with them. Because if there are 5, cool. 5 Inquisitors means we can do something. If there are 6, it does mean that we've got the potential of putting someone in with Lord Vader. Who knows? It could be that the 5 Inquisitors on their own are good, but the 6 then makes Lord Vader better. I honestly don't know. I'm speculating a lot because I've said it already in my guild chat anyway. I don't think Lord Vader is bad. I just think that things are... How do I phrase it? If you've got good teams, you can beat it, which I know that sounds overly simple, but it's like how people are showing the Fennec Shand counter. Those people have got high relic Fennec Shands and good mods. Whereas, let's say myself, I've got Fennec Shand at 7-star the other day, but she's only gear 8. I could not try that. You know, and you're just looking, you're thinking, the other counters, Imperial Troopers, you need a high speed Shat T, and you need it clocked so that it can get in the right turn order. You know, all of these counters, they require either very specific modding and or high relics. So Lord Vader isn't bad, but you look at something like a potential Inquisitor coming into the game, and you think, maybe it'll just be that something that takes Lord Vader's team up a notch, so that even these non-meta counters aren't as easy to use or impossible to use. So we'll see as we go along. You know, I'm just speculating here. I think everyone's speculating the Inquisitorious have got something to do with Lord Vader. But again, it's all speculation. Until we actually see, we won't know. So yeah, that's all my thoughts here. So yeah, long story short, as I recognise I've been on for 25 minutes nearly, I've enjoyed the Mace rework. I think it'll be something fun when it does actually arrive. I'm expecting the road ahead, so there might be another video coming tomorrow at this rate, just talking about it. As far as other channel news, what I will say, I am going to be doing one roster review this week, because I did miss last week's. Again, it was a busy week, but I'll try and catch up and do 2 1 week down the line, so we will get back on track. I know I'm always missing things with roster reviews, but honestly, my schedule just gets a bit haywire at times. You wouldn't believe it. So yeah, hope you'll enjoy this, folks. I mean, I've essentially just gone through things any other content creators talking about, but I am looking forward to it all, so hopefully you've enjoyed seeing my enthusiasm for it. And mine is unmatched to Ram Bam, it's got to be said. I mean, it's not this one, is it? It's this one. Here we go. Oh, no, not even that one, not even that one. No, it was this one. What am I talking about? That was Ram Bam. Yeah, honestly, right, I've never seen a guy look so happy about a video game update. So, yeah, it was heartwarming in a way I wouldn't expect, let's say that. Alright, folks. Yeah, see ya. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.